Welcome back, everybody, to the TGS Anniversary Month featuring Hearthstone. It's a $1,000 prize pool on the line, celebrating the second year of the gaming stadium. Of course, my name's Brasky, joined by Sway Bay, and we've had a lot of interesting matches happen so far. I had to cut out of an early one just a little bit earlier because we're getting caught up with all the other rounds that are going on with pre-recorded matches and things like that. But Sway, a lot of fun stuff has happened so far. A lot of stuff will continue to happen from there, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the rounds are going to shape up to be.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Each game we've seen a really pivotal turn. We saw that auctioneer turn in game one. We saw getting punched in the face by some clowns. We saw a really crazy comeback from a rogue. Across the board, it's been just very, very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been enjoyable matches, enjoyable pieces to put together. And of course, I oftentimes, Sway, am looking for the final piece for some of my work from home and gaming setups. If I was going to look for that, where would I look?
You know, I personally would look at Kanto, looking for the final piece for your work from home or gaming setup. Find everything you need to build the best workstation or battle station at kantoliving.com. Check out their monitor mounts, speakers, and stands today.
Absolutely. Kanto makes things nice and easy. And speaking of easy, we're going to have EZBAKE versus BEQUIET, but we're not going to be quiet about how good these players are. And we're going to see right away, jumping into game number one, things on the side of EZBAKE. They're rolling with a control warrior, control shaman, control priest, a full-on control build. Meanwhile, on the side of BEQUIET, control priest, spell mage, and control warrior, it's gonna be some controlling matches right here. I'm interested to see where things start off and how quickly these games will line up.
Definitely, we're looking at a spell mage, or we are looking at a shaman start.
Looks like Spell Mage up against Shaman as we see Headmaster Kel'Thuzad is in the hand, as well as the Lurker below onto the side of BEQUIET. Meanwhile, EZBAKE keeping that Primordial Studies, looking for what else they want to do. Font of Power, a Flame Strike. None of those are Deck of Lunacy, but still, we're going to see some loony stuff happen in this game.
Absolutely. We got that early Primordial Studies. Feels great. Font of Power also feels fantastic on turn one.
Nothing like Cthulhu on Cthulhu matches. We're going to see who can... God, you can just kind of picture already if both of these decks have Cthuns and they put their Cthuns together, who's going to sit back and eventually get a Murloc that's going to eat the other person's Cthulhu. That might be where we end up with this match. It's going to be kind of insane.
Cthulhu and Cthulhu.
Then a Scorpion down to the hand for BEQUIET. Both these players, again, this is going to be control on control, so they're just going to kind of line themselves up, get as many resources as they need to right now. And EZBAKE, they got a Jandis Barov off of their randomization there, so more Primordial Studies, other things they want to do with it. They might just ping face. It's going to be, slow going in the early run, but there's still plenty of things for them to do.
Absolutely, dropping out that Phoenix. Dormant thing's always good to play early. We're getting that spell damage online in 2 turns. Dungeoneer coming on out.
2 Cthulhu pieces as well into the hand for BEQUIET. Alakir the Windlord, as we saw early in round number 2, can always be a fun thing to drop down as well. Interesting spot here with BEQUIET. This is a cool little thing to see Control Shaman kind of showing its face a little bit, trying to anticipate a very aggressive meta, and that's not exactly what they ran into on the side here from EZBAKE and BEQUIET. There's a lot of things we need to look at here.
Absolutely. I wonder when the Deck of Lunacy is going to show up, if it does.
We'll have to look.
Cantor's Flow also. EZBAKE's definitely going to be looking for that.
Ruined Orb, going to try and discover more pieces to add on their side to see if they can find more value. Brain Freeze, nice to have.
Perfect. Great mana efficient turn there. Clearing the board.
Back over to BEQUIET to see how they want to deal with this piece as well. Venomous Scorpion, good thing to throw out there. It's a 1/3, going to discover another spell. Tidal Wave, Molten Blast, Guidance is also pretty good if you're looking for 2 specific spells that you would really like to put into your hand. And that's exactly where they go.
There it is. Also great for this turn, having that 1 mana left over and no answer in hand for that.
Revolve, Serpentine Portal, and Spirit Path. They just keep the Serpentine Portal. They don't need to overload because, sitting at 5 mana, you got both those Cthulhu pieces, some other stuff you really want to do on 5 mana, but not bad keeping that Serpentine piece as well.
Using the coin here. Getting the Apexis Blast online. No, Cram Session.
Cram Session, again, continuing to try and get as much card advantage as possible. Primordial Studies now is going to find more pieces, acting quickly, making the right decisions at the right time. That's kind of what you have to do with this mage deck when you especially can have a lot of animations that happen around it. There's a lot of pieces that can go with it. Now another Brain Freeze going to take out that 1/3, and looks like we will hunger for vengeance as good old Blood Mage Thalnos comes out onto the board.
Look at all that spell damage. And that is an easy Heart of Cthulhu. Not a very wide board, but removing any spell damage that EZBAKE has right now.
Yeah, don't mind it. I mean, at the very least, it's even if there was only one minion out there, it seems like it's who gets to their Cthulhu the fastest, right?
Right.
And so they're kind of just like, we're going to throw out as many Cthulhu pieces as possible so we can try to get to that point very, very soon. Apex's Blast come down, going to generate 5-cost minion. Not too shabby.
The Thresher looks pretty nice.
Headmaster Kel'Thuzad now getting ready to make an appearance. If the spell is going to destroy any minions, it's going to summon it. And guess what? Torrent, because the spell was played last turn, is going to happen. Look at that nice swing.
BEQUIET stealing that Thresher from EZBAKE. And EZBAKE with that quick devolving. And not hitting the Thresher at all.
Boy, that thing really hated Kel'Thuzad.
Really a lot.
You just basically said, oh, Kel'Thuzad, you are now a fish. And I have Cthulhu now comes down, still keeping that Thresher alive. Really? Still just a 4/4. It's not like, I mean, there's, again, it's a no minion mage. So there's not a lot to be done with that.
Right. It's not a huge threat, but it is, it's a little annoying.
Groundskeeper going to heal things up. Serpentine Portal continue to do damage. Now the tempo is on the side of BEQUIET. They might be playing a control shaman, but they're really trying to put on the pressure. And a Flame Strike.
Perfect Flame Strike.
Throwing that thing down, saying, get that out of here.
Lurker Below coming out. Lurker Below is above now.
It has shown its face. Yeah, Lurker Below is one of those cards that I always feel like needs to be in more decks because of how aggressive a lot of the metas we see. But you just kind of see right there, yeah, you just played a 6/5, and guess what? That 6/5 is immediately answered. You get to see kind of the lesser awesome parts of Lurker Below there. Instead, Incanter's Flow continues to discounting things. Lots of pieces happening for EZBAKE.
What a beautiful pull there from the Apex's Blast with the Eggwin.
Instructor Fireheart going to come down. Serpentine Portal, another Devolving Missiles. Guidance, again, could be a good thing to have. Guidance is what we will see. Lightning Storm, Dunk Tank, good piece to pull out there. Lightning Bolt could be sweet as well.
Mm-hmm. Still 5 mana left. Oh, and destroying that Eggwin.
Eggwin's going down. 2 out of 4 for Cthulhu. We can feel the old god slumber as Jandis Barov now shows their face to see if there's some way they can deal with this 3/3. Let's see what they want to pull off here. Not bad. Okay, you got some taunts here. 5/5.
We have seen Jandis love some people, and we have seen Jandis not love some people.
Yeah. This one I'd put at a solid medium.
Medium love.
Yeah. It's like a medium love right there. I know when I go to buy clothes, I always try to get my shirts extra medium. Like, that's another thing we can always try to do. Alakir the Woodlord is possible right here. Dunk Tank seems like a great play right here. It's going to remove a lot of minions.
And just like that, BEQUIET answered that entire board.
Now down to 16 is the mage. The pressure being put on by this shaman.
We are seeing mage suffering.
Yeah, it's not done. It's not done all of that well right here, but it's still staying alive. There's still possibilities for EZBAKE to pull some things off, and we have to. Let's be honest. EZBAKE's made it this far, which means this mage has pulled off some victories. It just needs to continue to find ways to finding answers and eventually maybe closing this game out. But right now, the side is on the shaman with some of the answers that they have, and they're closer to their Cthulhu.
Absolutely, and that is a very valid point.
Now both sides at halfway towards finding their old god, leaving things up the way that they need to, and Eye of Cthulhu right there.
Using that torrent.
I like this
move.
move.
That.
Yeah, we're going to push things around as we want to. We're going to throw Eye of Cthulhu to deal 7 damage directly to face, set up your Alakir Windlord right after that. Actually, no, wait, we can just go and get lethal with the lightning bolts from the Diligent Note Taker, and this shaman's going to pull out a victory.
There it is.
Nice early move by BEQUIET with this shaman, pulling out an early victory right there, taking the 1-0 lead over EZBAKE and Sway. Mage continues its struggles so far on stream. I'm sure that there's been plenty of victories done and pulled off with it, but now we've seen it struggle against aggressive decks. We've seen it now struggle with controlling decks. We've seen it struggle with value decks. This might be... I could see a lot of players wishing that the deck was doing better so far, but if our stream is anything to kind of go by, it hasn't really pulled its weight yet.
Right, and that game felt pretty quick, but it was 10. They were at 10 mana.
Embrace the chaos.
10
They
mana.
spent a lot of time building up to that point. A lot of turns were passed in the beginning.
Yeah, lots of things passed, lots of things that could have been done right there. And now we're going to jump into another game. EZBAKE sticking with that mage. They want to pull off a victory with it. Meanwhile, we look at what appears to be the control warrior on the side of BEQUIET. Of course, Silas Darkmoon, Bladestorm, Soulbound Ashtongue is down there, and Outrider's Axe. This is going to be interesting because a lot of the things that the warrior wants to do need minions in order to do them, and a lot of the minions are going to be random and in some cases not at all against this mage. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here.
Right. Looking for the Maul from BEQUIET and replacing everything.
Tossing everything around. We do have some card draw, some devolving missiles, some other ways to kind of get some value right there. Corsair Cash might be what you play right away on turn one, just to
coin out that Corsair.
Get yourself some weapons. That could be a possibility.
Cthulhu going in the deck.
So many Cthulhu's.
Cthulhu.
Old gods showing their faces in a lot of ways.
So we're seeing again, just like with our first game that we watched, we're seeing the mage coming back 2 games in a row. There's so much opportunity with the mage, but it has to be an opportune top deck.
Absolutely. And getting that Incanter's Flow on 2 is certainly a great piece to have. Corsair Cash now pulling that Outrider's Axe, making it a 3/4. And now Arcane Intellect going to continue to get card advantage on the side of EZBAKE, finding whatever it is that they need to put some good value together and maybe find some of those Cthulhu pieces.
Here comes the Scorpid. Great 3-turn.
Ranker, Minefield, Shield of Honor. Not a great 3.
Not fantastic. No clear answer here.
Maybe Shield of Honor? Like, I could see if you get, we're going to have a few minions out here that could do some damage. Maybe we just hold on to that to a nice cheap spell.
Sure.
I could see a realm where we want Rancor, if there's any, small minions and pieces up there. Maybe if, Jandis Bara finds some misses on that spot. But no, he does go with the shield on that one.
Mm-hmm. And that nice early Font of Power.
Not
Trick
bad.
Totem. That's a Trick Totem.
I do see a Trick Totem.
We do love a Trick Totem.
We gonna get tricky up in here. Deathmatch Pavilion is what comes down there.
I mean, a 3-2 on the board is nothing to turn our nose up at.
Not too shabby. Bulwark of Azeroth. Say that fast 3 times, is now on the side of BEQUIET.
BEQUIET also having some 4-cost options here.
They even have the Outrider's Axe. I don't know if you really want to play it here because you already have a pretty full hand.
Right, that's true.
And if this is a controlling matchup, do you really want to be drawing cards all that much? I guess you have to ask yourself, is this going to go to fatigue, or is it really just all about getting to your Cthulhu as fast as possible?
And there comes the axe.
The one thing that's important to kind of note with this, though, is that water elemental might have... It needs to have a time and place where it's going to stay alive for a turn, but it can definitely throw a wrench into any type of weapon shenanigans that this warrior wants to do, as we see an Apexis Blast come down, and a 3/6 of stats onto the board.
Not a great turn here for BEQUIET.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We got that, the Stonewall Anchorman.
We're getting a lot of card draw with a very full hand.
Bladestorm now comes into the hand. We're going to coin out. Attack, make sure we don't overdraw ourselves in any way, shape, or form, and then put that shield onto there. So not bad. Okay, how about this?
Not a bad turn.
Not bad. Yeah, we'll take 7-2 of stats with a Divine Shield. Really force our opponent to have some way to deal with this. Maybe this is a Devolving Missiles turn, but instead, Cram Session, 1 mana, draw 3. Seems pretty good.
And we're getting a lot of pieces of our Cthulhu. Another Incanter's Flow feels fantastic.
We've been bad-mouthing Mage all this time, but it really seems to have a lot of things to do right here as it puts all the way back down. Oh,
That was actually a really good devolving for BEQUIET.
Yeah, that was a really solid devolve. Now we see 8 damage just going straight face. Call me crazy, but I don't think we're going to find a lot of secrets in this warrior deck. I mean, if it did, it would be the most Hearthstone thing ever.
I've never heard a truer statement.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, it's totally fine. We got the jeweler on their side. Obviously, it's a warrior deck. Oh, we found a secret somewhere.
We do have a way to get 5 armor, and we do have a shield slam. But we're not really too concerned on that 2/3, aside from the spell damage and what technically just happened. So I guess we're a little concerned about it.
Yeah, armor seems like a good move to have right here. We can continue just to push a little bit of damage to face. Tempo is at least on the side of BEQUIET, but still plenty of stuff on the side of EZBAKE to answer just about anything that the Warriors throwing down right here.
Playing out that Heart of Cthulhu, one step closer.
Ruined Orb, dealing 2 damage to the face. Finding a Primordial Studies, Combustion, taking out the rest of the board. Nice moves by this mage.
Clean board, clean board.
Now, Venomous Scorpion. Trying to find, it swung, it was a swing and a miss on the first time discovering a spell. Let's see what we get this time around. Bulk up. Cutting Class, not too shabby. You can find us some other big pieces there. And a random taunt minion in your hand gets +5/+5. Don't think that's the way you want to go.
Cutting Class feels pretty nice, again, with that insane amount of draw with a very large hand. But running out of cards is not really a worry for BEQUIET.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting Class, yep.
Let's see what we pull off here. Another Storm Maul. There's a Brawl as well. Lots of answers in this Warrior deck, but answers aren't really what you need against this mage, because this mage can just figure out anything it wants to do. It's just got value galore, and it still has a bunch of Cthulhu pieces as well. Right. Refreshing Spring Water, going to draw 2 cards, refresh some mana crystals. Of course, all of this stuff has been discounted twice.
Of course. Some secrets could be very detrimental to BEQUIET. Not really having, if it were to be a counterspell, not having a good spell to test with. I mean,
the spells pulled by EZBAKE are almost as majestic as his hair. I mean, that's all I can think about this.
Majestic. Playing
piece number 1.
Soon.
Goes to piece number 2. Spellbound Ash Tongue now gets burned off. Luckily, that was not a Cthulhu piece.
Yeah, thank goodness. Now, what is the play here? We're at 8 mana.
Possibly go with that Storm Maul. Seems like it could be something you want to do here.
Right, this is looking shifty.
Yeah, throwing some damage. Perhaps we throw a shifty little Storm Maul right down there. 4/5 with Rush. We don't need to be drawing a lot of cards now. We've emptied our hand out a good amount. Bulwark of Azzinoth now out there to prevent some damage, but still we got to figure out ways in which you can just ping the warrior and take pieces off of that durability.
Very definitely, and it looks like the Solarian's about to come out. That Solarian Prime can be so devastating.
It can be, unless a Silas Darkmoon exchanges it.
That is very true. I wonder if this is a Silas turn for BEQUIET. Oh, even if it is, though, EZBAKE is going to have another one.
That's a smart idea right there. Cthulhu with Taunt now comes down.
Brain freezing. Both Solarians out. This could be a Silas turn. Grabbing one of those Solarians
would be a very good move. So we could drop a Silas, steal one of the pieces, leaving us 2 mana. Not much to do on that realm. We do have some 5/4. There's some 5 mana things to do. We could make some efficient use of our mana here.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just kind of tense and like weighing the options right now. We're like, what do we do? What's the moment? How do we approach this thing right now? It seems to me that a Silas play might be the best value play right here, although you don't want to. At the same time, maybe we Blade Storm, then do something else with it. I'm not exactly sure. Well, the rope is ticking. We're gonna have to see what we do right here.
Right.
Blade Storm comes down.
It is not a Silas turn. There's a secret. And a portal. Okay.
Not bad, not bad. Are we going to brawl here? That is what we're going to do.
Yeah, so we
See
know it was
what
not a
is left.
counterspell. And that's Solarian Living, which could still equate to a Silas turn next turn.
I would agree. 11 damage, though. 11 damage plus a fireball, plus more damage off top of that.
Yep, this
Down
looks
to
like
9.
death.
Down to
Here
7.
it is.
Leave it to us, Sway, to call out a mage, and the mage just comes right back and smacks us in the face and says, I'm sorry, what now? I'm bad? Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Talking trash. My bad, Jaina.
You wanted to think that I was bad. Well, Here you go. Here's a game.
Squeeze me. Didn't mean to talk major trash against the mages, and then all of a sudden the mage just shows up and deals a whole bunch of spots there and just takes care of us in that spot.
Yeah.
But that just kind of to show you what the control warrior can do. It's great against aggro decks. It's good against some value decks there as well, but there's some instances where that control warrior just has nothing. It's not going to bring a lot to the table.
Right.
And that's what's happened right there. And I do kind of question going forward if that warrior is going to kind of be a weak spot running into a bunch of other control decks.
Right, and I feel like that iteration of the warrior also didn't get what they wanted from their deck. I feel like they did not top deck well either.
Yeah, I think it's something where they just didn't find the pieces that they want there. They didn't get exactly what they wanted right there. But I'm going to be interested to see how we continue to see where these control decks match up, how these players are going to navigate those matchups as well. Because it's going to be important to see, and it's not going to be a fast game. The games aren't going to be fast and easy. They're going to be slow and controlling. But if you want a fast and easy way to recycle your energy drink, that can of pop, that juice box that you finished refueling on, with Return It Express, there's no sorting, no lineups, no handling. Cash and refunds are deposited straight into your online account. You can just drop off your empties at an express depot near you. You can sign up. It's easy to do. Just return it and just go head to returnit.ca/express to give your empties a second life. And that is thanks to our sponsor, Encore. And we are going to have an encore of another great matchup here with EZBAKE and BEQUIET. And just a quick note right there, the past couple matchups, we did have the players switched around, so we do have EZBAKE now on the correct side with the warrior deck, and BEQUIET, who was the one navigating that awesome mage deck as well. So scores still the same, decks or players switched up in the correct way.
Correct. So now we are at a 1-1 matchup. Dropping that nice armor vendor on turn 1, useful for both players right now.
Now we got to see what else is going to be dropping down here as well.
I wonder if we coin out the Corsair and we just skip.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, no one's in a rush right now, right?
That is fair. We're looking at a very control-y lineup.
There are rush minions, but we are not ourselves in a rush with this whole thing. The damage being had, both these sides. There's still a lot to do. I'm not going to call this game a resident sleeper fest, but I will say that both these sides are going to take their time, find the pieces they want to put together as a Venomous Scorpion. Pretty good pick off the top here, so you can find some type of spells that you want to add to your spot Corsair Cash. Just the recipe right there.
EZBAKE pulling that armor vendor off the top, but pointing out that axe, getting that poison off of the board, feeling pretty good about it.
And my poison and my axe is gonna draw a card. Lord Baroff now into the hand for EZBAKE. Another Corsair Cash on the side of BEQUIET, pulling their own axe, it looks like.
And EZBAKE officially out of armor.
So there's the Soulbound. We're gonna again continue to draw cards.
And armor back up.
Armor back up. Both these sides kind of tanking up one way or another. This might come down, as we talked about, of just seeing if one notable legendary Murloc might eat the Cthulhu of another player.
That is an exciting thought.
It would be a good piece to see if that could happen out here.
I would love to see a very solid Mutinous play. It would just be so exciting.
You know, looking at the way that EZBAKE's drawing a lot of cards in this one, knowing that this is a very control versus control matchup, are there these big cards that we want to get to as fast as possible? Or is it maybe not the best idea to draw cards knowing that you're going to be in a really long matchup that maybe will go to fatigue?
Right. Just look at the immense amount of shield and health on both of these players.
Mm-hmm. It feels warrior, man. Just feels warrior.
Feels warrior is so true.
So now some more options here. It seems like we might just go with a Shield Maiden right now.
More armor, a 5/5 on the board. Feels pretty great.
Feels pretty great. Don't necessarily want to attack, because then I do believe we will overdraw then.
Definitely want to avoid that overdraw.
Minefield, discovered with that War Cache, going to take care of that 5/5. And more of just tap the button and tapping some buttons. See what else gets thrown out here. Still pushing damage with the face is BEQUIET.
Right.
Knowing that they don't really want to draw cards with that axe. Stage Dive. Now into the hand for EZBAKE. Nice move here. Going to go with the Anchorman, possibly Anchorman, and then another Hero Power as both these sides tank up to find out who's going to win the battle of the resources here.
Very definitely. And now that Stage Dive is corrupted and can be very useful for removal later on. More tanking up.
More tank ups, more button presses.
Looks like we got a Crash in hand.
Blade Storm's taking out 4/5s. Gonna draw more cards. Is that gonna overdraw them now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We are gonna see an overdrawn card here on the side of EZBAKE.
Interesting choice there for BEQUIET.
What gets burned off the top? Ringmaster's Baton. Body of Cthulhu gets burned.
My goodness.
I am not always perfect.
Oh.
Well.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What a turn of events that was to see a Cthulhu piece get burned off the top.
That was risky. That was so risky on EZBAKE's part to leave a frenzy minion that draws a card on the board, especially at 9 cards in hand.
Yeah,
that was, oh my goodness.
They put it out there. You can't, like, I understand why we have to do it, but, like, sometimes that's just the way it goes when you burn something off the top. Mutinous the Devourer now, with no worries of a Cthulhu,
right,
can pop right out and do its thing.
And only eating that Ash Tongue, so not a huge deal there for EZBAKE. Definitely could have been way worse. Could have eaten the Sarfang, could have eaten the Barov.
So now, all right, let's think about EZBAKE's side of things. They're going to play a Mutinous now. And let's see what they pull off on their side. And it's going to be, oh, they're pulling off a Prime card.
Wow. That was great for EZBAKE. I mean, EZBAKE is still going to be worried about that Cthulhu. Wow.
So now we got to see. There's the thing with EZBAKE. They now know, at the very least, things are apparent to them of how they're going to try and win this match, right?
Right.
They need to be able to just put pressure on as quickly as they possibly can.
Get this match done and over with before anything can happen late game.
Of course, thinking about what else is left on the side of BEQUIET. And
right,
thinking about what's on the side of EZBAKE. So Cthulhu is out of the question. They do have Overlord Sarfang that we've seen there. They do have Silas Darkmoon. They do have Kresh, Lord of Turtling. He's down there as well.
With our 22 armor, let's just go ahead and shield slam. let's just shield slam.
It is no longer a shield slam. It's a shield obliterate at that point, if it's like more armor than that. Still drawing cards.
Now drawing. Oh my gosh, that was shattering. That was, oh.
And the thing about BEQUIET, like on their side, like they have a Mutinous, they have a Silas, they have a Kresh. They also have Ysera the Dreamer in their deck.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of like the value proposition, it seems like BEQUIET's going to definitely win that part of it. So EZBAKE's going to try as much as they can to just put pressure on and whittle BEQUIET down to try and win this game.
Out comes Kresh.
And the brig Tent Thrasher. That's going to come down as well. Kargath Blade Fist is at least going to be able to be shuffled back into the deck. Another Shield Slam onto that 3/9. Seems like a good move to have.
Yep. No Frenzy for Kresh, but that weapon's still becoming active.
Are we tanking 7 here? Resurrect 2 friendly frenzied minions. Deal 1 damage to everything else. Nice move right there.
Oh man, those Cthulhu pieces hurt. At least in themselves, they are helpful.
Yes, they are good cards in and of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Barov, nice move right here. Into a Ranker, gaining more armor, destroying more board pieces. 55 HP is BEQUIET right now.
Goodness gracious.
Our own Lord of Turtles.
Let's just such a fun name to say.
Yes.
Lord
Kresh.
of Turtling.
Yes. You always feel like we need a monocle and a top hat as we say it.
Turtling indeed.
I welcome Kresh, the Lord of Turtling, is over here. We also have Prime minions are sitting down there as well. Shield Slam is probably going to be used for this. Pieces of Cthulhu might come out as well.
At the very least, EZBAKE knows that this minion can't be silenced. The Prime is going back in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Could be worried about a Silas. But
Could be worried about Silas. There is one left. There is one in BEQUIET's deck somewhere. But Shield Slam's going to take care
no,
of,
just another casual 22 damage.
An obliterated turtle.
That's very sad.
It's a very sad idea of the obliterated turtle.
Almost like twice health now at 29 armor.
There's the Silas off the top for EZBAKE. Trying to see what they want to use here. They're going to destroy a minion.
I understand the line of thought here, but it is a little concerning because the Silas could steal that Prime. Knowing that that EZBAKE removed BEQUIET's Prime, like I almost would want to make sure that the Prime gets in the deck.
We will see what comes off the top. There's the Sarah, Heart of Cthulhu, dealing damage to minions. Looks like the turtle's going to take out that 4-1.
Prime in the deck.
Prime in the deck. Armor ups have happened. Let's see what's next off the top. Right off the top is the Kargath Prime.
Which we really need something on the board to make useful.
And I could see why you wouldn't necessarily silence that specific Kargath, but you might wait until it becomes Prime and then steal it because it already has Rush.
That is true. That is fair.
Coerce really nice into the hand. It's going to be able to deal with any huge minion that comes out on the side of EZBAKE. Is it Bulwark time? Is it Kargath Prime time?
Oh, it is Prime time.
Prime time, 10 damage, 10 armor. Tanking up. We've seen different types of turtles, and the biggest turtles of all are these warriors.
Neck and neck.
I mean, turtles don't really have.
Prime time television.
These are, you could say they're turtlenecking. They need to be wearing turtlenecks as they play this deck. Like that's kind of neat. That's what we need to do right now.
My goodness, just fathom the amount of health that both of these players have right now.
Weighing options, seeing what they want to do. Ysera the Dreamer might be a nice play for BEQUIET next turn.
Mm-hmm. Even just fatigue is going to take forever.
Well, chipping away. That's what EZBAKE is doing right now. Chipping away, trying to figure out how they're going to manage all of this.
Both hands looking like great answers, but not great things to just play. Ysera going ahead out on the board, getting all those dream cards.
Fantastic stuff right there. Blade Storm, a nice pull right there that'll easily take care of that 412.
Goodbye, good night.
Now you still got some spots here. You got that Emerald Dragon. You could bounce some other big valuable piece to your hand. I don't think there's any way you can discount your Cthulhu and then dream it back to your hand.
The Laughing Sister coming out.
Is there trouble? There is for EZBAKE right now. They really need to find some ways that they're going to pull this out. And they just realized right off that, you know what? It's just not going to happen.
Right.
They bowed out on that one.
It was just going to be a fatigue. BEQUIET leading with 2-1 right now.
Yeah. You could see the writing was on the wall at that point. They weren't able to mount any type of big pressure onto that warrior. Their Cthulhu piece was burned. They just knew that it was kind of delaying the inevitable at that point. And at that point, EZBAKE just said, you know what? Just cut right now. We'll jump back in, see if I can get another win with that warrior. Meanwhile, on the side of their opponent, sitting with 2 wins, they're 1 spot away from continuing on in this fantastic matchup, in this fantastic tournament by the Gaming Stadium. And we are going to jump right back into that next spot. And Sway, from your perspective, do you think like it's this very controlly style things, but now we get to see that priest? How do you feel about the priest going into this specific matchup?
You know, I think it's going to heavily rely on top deck. Raise Dead is already in hand. Probably, I wonder if they're going to keep it or toss it, but it's really going to rely on top deck here, especially against this matchup.
I mean, that's the thing when you're looking at, it's like, oh, I have a priest. How about you? Well, also priest. Like, it's just, what are we pulling off here? It's going to be N'Zoths, it's going to be white cards, it's going to be Cthuns, all sorts of things happening when you have a priest mirror.
Right. This is the match we said buckle up, buckle in. Here we go.
So a couple of differences between these kind of specific spots between these, like everyone's top end is the same. You got Cthulhu, you Sarah the Dreamer, you got N'Zoth and Soul Mirror, and you got Mutinous the Devourer as well. In any spot where there is a little bit of a different go around things, there's a Blade Master Cimmeral in the side of EZBAKE. That's kind of one of the big ones. Obviously, Mind Renderer, Elucia is going to be on both sides as well. Mm-hmm. But there is just a couple of tweaks here and there between these opponents, and I do wonder which ones will have the upper hand on there. Like Light Sword Elemental is 2 of in EZBAKE, it's only 1 of on the side of BEQUIET.
That palm reading was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Those early wand makers felt really good.
I have Cthulhu now in a spot. EZBAKE probably now making sure they are paying attention to how many cards are in the deck because they do not want to lose any more Cthuns. Nice job getting that the Aug Merchant there as well. So that's going to be able to, once they corrupt it, get them some good value.
Both of them running Mutinous is a little bit terrifying in this matchup as well.
Apotheosis is going to buff some things up. We don't really need to worry about keeping our life total up to 30.
Right.
So might as well just get buffs out while we can.
This is a true mirror match, isn't it?
In so many ways. I have Cthulhu.
Oh my gosh, not
dealing
removing
enough
that
damage.
minion.
Not a huge deal, like in the grand scheme of things, but now a Sethic Veilweaver into Renew, this could get a little annoying for EZBAKE.
Yes, definitely. Just leaving that door open for that Sethic.
Now let's see what's next. You could go heal another minion. You could have coined and done something else, but no big reason to do like palm reading or something there.
BEQUIET off to a fantastic start.
Now you got to think about how you want to deal with these pieces. It's really going to come down to like a couple of key cards, right? It's going to come down to the Mind Render. It's going to come down to a Mutinous. It's all going to be about the timing and reading your opponent's hand.
Yes. And not clearing fully. That Wand Maker still on the board.
Yeah, but you wanted to get rid of that Sethic Veilweaver because that can become really annoying, and it does get cleared. Thanks to some good old Demon Hunter cards. Wow, that's a nice pickup. That really needs to be dealt with.
Yes, that was fantastic for EZBAKE.
We're gonna read some palms, see what we find. We're gonna flash heal, try to find more answers.
Not much to be played. What are they gonna play?
Let's see what we think. Zyrus or Zyrilla as well. If you've destroyed Hearthstone, nice move there.
Wow.
They got themselves some health and they dealt with the minion that needed to be dealt with.
Draconic Studies, great. Well, they're a great top deck for EZBAKE.
Light Shower Elemental down. It's going to restore 8 health to both characters. Ray's dead now. Going to be hit. So there's going to be some nice, nice pieces to work with there. Sethic and the wand piece as well. Holy Smite doing some damage, adding some value.
Zarella gone, but she did her job.
And a Draconic Studies.
I wonder if this is when we slam that Ysera.
It seems to be the best move right here. If they do, though, is it going to put 5 dream cards in the hand?
And then that could be bad.
Flashbacks for EZBAKE on the possibility here. They're going to slam it.
There's a 0-cost dream card that could be
the
played.
Old Nightmare, I believe, is the one there.
Right.
Which is going to destroy your Ysera if you put it on it. Like, you're basically just saying, I'm going to play my Ysera, get some value, and then it's going to die the very next turn. Let's see. There it comes down. Ysera flies down. We see a bunch of spells into hand. Are we going to Nightmare this Ysera, or are we going to roll the dice with a full hand?
I feel like we are afraid of rolling the dice with a full hand.
Tension is mounting. It's palpable. Do you want to keep this 4-12 alive? They do it. They're gonna burn a card off the top.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Discover a card in your opponent's deck. They're gonna draw it, so they're gonna burn it.
My hand is full.
There goes Ysera.
Oh my gosh.
What a genius move right here. Now Body of Cthulhu. And now we're gonna see another card burned.
Be quiet. Just masterful with the burning of EZBake's hand and card. Oh my gosh.
All right, Array's dead. Was not a Cthulhu piece at the very least. It's just a value part. Ysera Awaken's going to come down, deal with some pieces. Now we get to see Sethic Bellweaver into a dream, bouncing a 6-1, getting some value.
Doing some damage. Apotheosis, yes, on that Ysera. Getting all that health back to 30 for EZBake.
Now Soul Mirror. Fairly good value cards in there as well. Of course, Be Quiet navigating this thing very, very well. Summon a copy of a 1-2 and then play Hysteria to just start destroying things left and right and doing a complete clear of the board. Nice move there by Be Quiet.
Be Quiet, just getting that health back, just manipulating the board, clearing it, and getting all the health back.
And then playing Draconic Studies into an Alexstrasza, and now we see God of the Deep makes themselves known, and we see a whole lot of different minions doing a whole lot of different damage. Definitely something that needs to be answered right now, especially right after you just saw a Hysteria hit the board.
Oh.
What's next here? We have one more Hysteria. We could go with Mind Renderer into our own opponent's Hysteria. Probably not what we want to do for this one, because there's a Ysera and Alexstrasza on your side.
I wonder.
Just waiting with bated breath right now.
3 damage to all minions from Condemn.
Okay, removing that poison.
And then Hysteria, seeing what it hits and how it's going to hit it.
Okay.
Takes out to the important minions. I'll take that trade. And then Gift of Illuminance, summon a 1-1 copy, making sure you're going to gain some life as well. Ray's dead.
EZBake just playing the full hand this entire game.
Navigating it well, though, for the most part.
Navigating it so fantastically.
Shadow form.
Oh.
Okay, I get greedy. But EZBake said, no. We need to do the Holy Nova. It's going to deal with both of these boards. It's going to heal up my side. I can understand that.
Right. Playing the Laughing Sister.
It seems like a good move. We've seen two Hysterias.
Right.
It's not something that can be targeted. And we see Wandmaker come down. See what that brings out. We're going to drop that Holy Nova out as well. Nice move. And a good sized board on the side of EZBake.
Yeah, looking pretty sweet. Pretty set up right now.
I wonder what the move is now. It's a little bit of an awkward turn for Be Quiet.
Right.
But it might just be a turn, like you said, where we just drop down the Ysera and find some other cards that we want to use here.
Right. Not getting that Laughing, or the Laughing Sister? No, the 4-cost Dream card, unfortunately, for Be Quiet. And having a full hand here.
And there goes Nightmare.
Right.
And there goes Dream.
Nightmare and Dream on the same minion.
Yep, bounce them all back. Load up a spot again. Soul Mirror goes out. Again, avoiding the Cthulhu burn.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Be Quiet really using EZBake's full hand to his advantage.
Initiation.
However, giving EZBake the opportunity to rediscover a new spell here.
Initiation is going to be the spot that they do here. If they can figure out a way that they can, makes sense. You can go 6-5
go into
to 2-2.
Ysera and
Trade it in, get your own dragons. You too can have your own Ysera with just 6 mana.
there it is on the board.
Wow.
Do we still have 9 cards in hand for EZBake? Looks like it. Let's see if Be Quiet can manipulate this again.
Well, there is, of course, that Ysera that's sitting down there. Ysera Awaken's going to deal with most of this board.
Right.
We got the Venomous Scorpid. Ysera's still sitting in hand as well. And then you have the Laughing Sister. we're going to have some heals. Managing their hand size, managing their resources, and now a South Sea Scoundrel into the hand of EZBAKE. Of course, we saw the kind of damage it could do from BEQUIET's perspective.
Great palm reading.
Yeah, nice palm reading right here. You're going to find ways to finally kind of start managing that hand size, get value out of a lot of these big spells.
Right. Oh, this is perfect. That was perfect.
Nice move.
Removing the entire enemy board. Perfect mana efficiency. That was the best card that EZBAKE could have pulled.
You know, coming up in the top 8 are going to be some co-casters of ours, Wicked Good and Dollar Bills. And Wicked Good was saying how much he felt like the new Priest cards are maybe the weakest ever, and we just saw it do absolute work right there.
That was phenomenal.
Ooh, a little platinum Samuro there. That's going to be a nice little card to throw out there at some point. South Sea Scoundrel.
The animation is beautiful.
It looks absolutely awesome. Look at these pieces. Find yourself another N'Zoth. Go right ahead.
Sure, let's have multiple N'Zoths. Let's do it.
Is this doesn't feel like a Soul Mirror turn right here. We might just go with the Elemental that they want to play out here. However, it might be a Soul Mirror turn for BEQUIET.
I have no master.
Oh.
We're going to go with the Blackwing.
Yes, we are.
I like this move. This is a good spot right here.
Where is it going to go? To the Scoundrel. Goodbye, Scoundrel. This feels like a good Soul Mirror turn for EZBAKE.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to agree with you. Of course, you do know that like your opponent does have a N'Zoth on their side of the board. So you have to wonder as well, like when you need to get the most value of that Soul Mirror that you can. I like this move. Maybe go Blade Master into Nightmare and let it do some work.
It looks like that was... I think that's the plan.
Yeah, a lot on the line between these two players navigating this control matchup very well here at the second anniversary of the gaming stadium with a $1,000 prize pool on the line for anniversary month.
And EZBAKE needing to stay in this game to move forward. Otherwise, this will be the end of the line.
Pressure's on. What are they going to go for? Blade Master might be the hit. And Blade Master Nightmare is the way they're going to go with this one. Going to do a whole lot of damage.
There they go.
Auspicious Spirits Corrupted, going to generate a 7-cost minion. Lots of pressure now. And a Baron-Geddon?
Wow.
And a Laughing Sister? Kind of works against you.
Yeah, that's not great.
Oof. Let's see what the play is right here. Is this the...
Top-decking Apotheosis here.
Yeah, Apotheosis not too shabby. There's still some things to be done here.
What is a loon's win?
Is this the Soul Mirror play that we want to do?
It will not remove the Ysera, though. It's the only thing.
There is the Shadow Word that you have there. You could at least take out that 7/7.
Right.
Or you could buff it with Apotheosis and then remove it with Shadow Word. Or buff it this way and go Soul Mirror and then get yourself some lifesteal? Oh! Look at this one.
The resourcefulness of BEQUIET using his opponent's deck against him is really, really phenomenal to see.
Yeah, really fun stuff right there. Nice move to, you're going to give your opponent lifesteal, but that's you don't really care about that. You need the lifesteal. And so using your Soul Mirror in that very creative way is very, very good.
These are some incredibly creative plays from BEQUIET. Now EZBAKE having to make some decisions.
I think N'Zoth might be the play that we see right here.
There it is. There it is.
Out it goes. Can it bring back another? It's going to take care of that Ysera, hopefully, with that demon. Okay, there we go. Even more damage, even more spots with the Baron-Geddon.
And the Soul Mirror is gone now, out of BEQUIET's hand.
But Shadow Word Pain going to deal with a lot of the big problem cards.
Right. And then Heart of Cthulhu following up right behind. Ysera still sticking on the board. We have seen a whole lot of Ysera this game.
definitely been a sticky minion on that side. Venomous Scorpid. Focus Will, Psychic Split, a great card to put on a Ysera. Now they have created so much value with this one Ysera. They just keep sticking around, and Be Quiet has used up so many resources. It might be an Azoth turn here.
Right. There it is. And EZBAKE having that Soul Mirror to answer.
Is that going to be enough? Let's see here. So we have 10. We got the Baron Geddon's not going to do a whole lot there. It's going to do 2 damage to you, putting it 14. 11
right.
in hand. Renew's going to discover a spell, maybe Apotheosis.
Oh, and that would be it?
Maw of Cthulhu. How much damage does that one do?
This is a close one here. Yeah, trying to discover that spell. See if we can just grab Apotheosis.
Yeah.
Palm reading.
Yeah.
Still able to find Apotheosis.
Yeah, of course, Maw of Cthulhu is just going to destroy him, and you're not necessarily something you want to do here. Ray's
Right.
dead. Ray's dead's going to come down. See what else we can find. Venomous. Discover a spell.
Not exactly finding that lethal, unfortunately. It was hard looking for that Apotheosis. Great play there, removing the Ysera.
And you're leaving, of course, you're going to leave your Wave of Apathy. Shadow Form might actually be the time.
Oh, yes.
No.
Did they take it? Nope.
We didn't. We didn't take the Shadow Form. But Wave of Apathy is still going to be really good. And Soul Mirror is going to come down and clear out the board as well.
Goodbye, minions.
Interesting move doing that, as opposed to like maybe leaving that Baron Geddon up because you know it's going to deal 2 damage to your opponent just by leaving it there.
I am actually very surprised it did not take the Shadow Form. They technically do not need those heals anymore.
South Sea Scoundrel not going to discover something. Maw of Cthulhu could be a good one. Palm reading. It's going to discover more pieces. Be Quiet on the back foot here. Hysteria now into the hand.
Hysteria.
Will it hit the Scorpion first?
Yes,
it does.
It did.
And there it goes.
There it is. EZBAKE staying in the game. Wow.
Wow. Impressive stuff right here. Tied up 2-2. Yeah, absolutely incredible. You're right there, Sway. I mean, we're tied up 2-2. You know, we got to see an aggro versus aggro kind of chess match, and this is an entirely different chess match,
yes.
but just as interesting.
Yes, Be Quiet really burned through. Like, this is the second game where Be Quiet has used EZBAKE's deck against him, like in such interesting, innovative ways.
Yeah, and even in response, EZBAKE was able to put together enough value and keep that, like, I believe that was maybe the 5th or 6th Ysera around, and then buff it and copy it and be able to put on a lot of pressure before the game got too late. And when the game got too late, Be Quiet maybe has the better overall build of a priest that could win that late game, so it was able to kind of let minions stick around and win that way. So now it's all down to this. 2-2. Be Quiet versus EZBAKE, Priest against Warrior. All of this to continue on here in this tournament, brought to you by the Gaming Stadium.
You love to see a full 5 round for Conquest.
Shield Maiden, Bladestorm, the Kargath, it's a full toss there. Outrider's Axe, the Bulwark, the Lord of Turtles, and a Silas Darkmoon. Pretty heavy hand right there.
In goes Cthulhu. And in goes Cthulhu.
Old gods are definitely slumbering when it comes to control matchups.
Lying in wait. And not in any rush here on EZBAKE's side. Be Quiet already looking at that Wand Maker. Really nice start. I wonder how quickly Be Quiet is going to be using Mutinous. I wonder if it's going to be sooner or later. And going face with that Wand Maker. The Bulwark is an option. Oh, going ahead with that Outrider's Axe.
Like this move so far.
Job's done.
You know, it's as we've seen. You know, we know EZBAKE's not afraid to draw cards with this Warrior deck.
Right.
And now it's kind of up to, now the South Sea Scoundrel is going to discover something and pull something into hand for both players. Let's see what that's going to be. it's going to be a body of Cthulhu. So now double Cthulhu's is possible in this, isn't it? Probably not, but at least gets you closer to that spot.
Oh.
Like I wish you could just be like, yeah, no, we're going to get 2 Cthulhu's out of this whole thing.
Whole just Cthulhu nonsense.
Job's done.
You know, we're seeing stage dive now. I'm going to draw a rush minion, put some more stats on there. I mean, that we've seen from EZBake's side, that's what you kind of need to do is just start putting enough value in minions that are going to stick around and just do enough damage over enough time.
Right, we love that Anchorman.
Let's see what else we have down here. Body of Cthulhu. Now get put out. Start that Cthulhu train rolling. You can see a Kresh, the Lord of Turtles, come down. The Wand Maker. Pulling out a Holy Smite. Okay. You can see that they maybe are holding on to a lot of those early spells to discount them. Maybe they get a Sethic Veil Weaver that they want to use right now.
Right.
But they can hold back right now. There's not a lot of pressure going on. You know, they can take out minions as they need. But there's not a lot that BEQUIET's like, oh, I need to absolutely deal with something right now.
I wonder if this Kresh is coming out.
Kresh could be a move here. It's just one of those spots you're kind of wondering when's the right time and place for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to draw more spots? Again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 is in the deck for EZBAKE.
Oh, EZBAKE making me anxious.
He doesn't want to kill something unless he's going to play something.
And even if he leaves 9 spots, I feel like BEQUIET will find a way to make a draw happen.
Yeah, and he buffed a rush minion that if it gets frenzied is going to draw a card as well. So
right.
You really have to manage this turn as best as you possibly can. Dealing 3 damage to all minions in a Heart of Cthulhu piece, putting yourself at 8 cards right now. Right. Draw a card to get you to 9 and hope that your opponent doesn't have a way to get you to mill again.
Okay, there's an idol.
Good old idol and a 10-10 N'Zoth now.
That is probably the best thing for EZBAKE that could be pulled.
Luckily, a Blade Storm into the hand for EZBAKE going to be dealt with. But right away, that's a good piece. A spell that you discovered is getting a nice removal piece from your opponent there. That was a nice play. I think that was a good move. And now EZBAKE down to 19. Hopefully going to start finding ways in which they can start putting pressure and outvalue this Priest. Draconic Studies now going to discover Plagued Proto-Drake. Sticky 8/8s that make 7-cost minions are pretty good.
Yes, I would agree with you.
Even better when
they're
you
taking
exchange
it. Oh!
Rotate the minions. Hi, I like your 8/8. I think I will take it.
This is mine now.
Good move there. No Silas on the side of BEQUIET. Figure out what they can do. Renew could be a good spot. Maybe a Soul Mirror to at least kind of go a little bit even. In some ways. Let's see what they find. Psychic Split. Definitely a possibility here. Can you go Psychic Split into Hysteria just for some absolute chaos?
Chaos has been the theme of this particular round.
I would concur.
All right, we got a palm reading going.
I like that Renew.
Psyche Split still an option. There it is.
And the Hysteria.
Look at that. It's like you're psychic.
Well, I'm not split about that decision. It makes a 4/4, and you renew it.
Oh,
and you can
my goodness.
Then he's going to raise dead. He could even flash heal that 9/4 as well. Great move by BEQUIET.
Woo. Wow, what a turn.
And I believe that raised dead got a N'Zoth back because the N'Zoth died from the Yisharge 10/10 copy.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
Yes. Now, how does EZBAKE answer to this? Shield Slam's a thing, but also no shield. So that is an issue.
Mm-hmm. There's some spots to be dealt with here. At least a Bulwark of Azzinoth could at least, tank a couple of hits for a while. You do have a buffed rush minion that could exchange there, but this is a death rattle. You're going to get a 7-cost minion out of this thing.
Right. And Clearly, Mutinous was not the best pull here because it is only a 4/4 when it comes down to it.
Gotta see what's next up for these competitors. Some good decisions to be made right here. Kresh, Lord of Turtling. If you can figure out a way to trigger some of its frenzy, would be a good move that you can make, because you kind of want to get Kresh to like frenzy up a little bit and then use a shield slam in some way with it. This might just be a bulwark turn right here.
Right. But
Armor up.
Armor up,
Shield slam for 2. Tanking 9.
Prime? Using the prime maybe to finish it off? Oh. Oh, my
And then
goodness.
leaving yourself the best chance to get something going, but the turn is too quick. Did the Stone Maul get a chance to attack Silas? It did.
Woo!
They made it out of there.
Oh my gosh. Out comes N'Zoth.
A raised dead N'Zoth from a token generated piece, and look what comes back, the 8/8.
Literally comes right on back, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. We do have a brawl.
There is a brawl.
So we figure out a way to take out this 8/8.
And we really can't take it out with face anymore. Like we do have the prime. We could use that rush prime.
So what, we maybe go 6/2 into the 8/8, and then shield slam it after hitting the button, and then throw a brawl at it?
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't feel like a bulwark turn unless you can deal with most of these minions.
Right.
Maybe just brawl and bulwark.
Oh, what?
A conundrum.
Yeah, I think it might just be because if you brawl now, you get a chance to stay alive.
Yeah.
Or do you brawl hoping that the 6/2 with rush stays alive and can maybe take out the 8/8 death rattle? Let's see what happens. Instead, they decide to attack first and then throw out the brawl. 8/8 dies.
Oh my
it lives!
gosh.
And had they not attacked, they could have taken out the 6/5. But instead, they're still able to take out the 6/5. They are going to tank 6 damage in the process, though.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. They have
Armor
6
Vendor.
health left.
Armor Vendor, actually a pretty big pickup right here. Deal 3 damage to all minions.
Removing that minion from the board, cleaning off the board. Healing face.
Body of Cthulhu sitting down there. Now, this is this will be able to be answered because thanks to like Shield Maiden and pressing the button and doing some other spots, but still navigating a really low life total is EZBAKE right now.
6 health in a dream, let's go.
Let's see, we got Shield Maiden. She can take the hit.
She can.
Really intense game right here in game number 5 between these two competitors. Armor gained, button pressed, slam shielded.
Oh my god.
And our big turtley friend has now shown up.
There he is. EZBAKE says answer this.
And the answer might just be a Ysera into a bounce.
Yes, there it is.
Real quick plays right there on the side of BEQUIET, knowing exactly what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. Another Shield Maiden. So you know, living on the edge a little bit, but going to be able to gain some life. But still, this Ysera does need to be answered in some way.
Wonder how they are going to answer that.
Let's look at the side. Hold on. Let's look at the side here for a second of Ysera. So that's 4 damage.
Right.
You can put Apotheosis plus Nightmare.
Is that lethal?
No, it's not. It's going to be 4 damage. It's going to put it at 8. Apotheosis is going to put it at 10. So you're close, but I just don't think you can find it right now. Sarah Awakens deals 5 damage to everything. Going to gain some spots there.
Giving EZBAKE the chance to have that armor. Bringing EZBAKE back up to 20, almost an even game right now.
But at the very least, EZBAKE has at least somewhat shown that they might have run out of ways to answer big boards. So you continue to take out your opponent's board, develop your own.
Right.
This is going to be a big play here, though, with the Overload Sourfang. Some frenzy will be had. Some
even
armor
more
will be
armor.
gained. And a Kargath Prime now into the hand.
EZBAKE's starting to look a little bit more comfortable.
Down to 6, all of a sudden at 22. Back to 16 and then back up to 20. And just like that, now has more HP than the priest.
That 6 health in a dream, I'm saying.
I like this move, Soul Mirror. Get your own frenzy going. Get your own bulwarks. Get your own turtles and apotheosi.
And be quiet using his resources, as we have seen him do, to bring all of his health back.
Continuing to... Oh, that Lord Bear-Off is huge.
That is so optimal right now.
Gonna be able to put a ranker with that, gain even more life, clear out the board of your opponent. Huge top deck from EZBAKE right there.
Job's done.
Sitting real pretty.
Now at 40.
What a comeback. Let's consider that 2 turns ago, EZBAKE was staring death in the face.
This is very true. Now, the one thing I'll say, here comes the Mutinous Devourer. What's it going to pull off?
Oh, that
Takes
was lucky. That was very lucky. That very much could have been the prime.
Could have been, but it did, you know. 2 out of 3. Maw of Cthulhu. Going to destroy that 9/9. Another Shield Maiden comes down. Now, here's the thing, though. EZBAKE is kind of running out of gas a little bit. They got Bulwark. Right. They got a Kargath Prime. BEQUIET's still going to be able to find ways to generate a good amount of resources if they want to. And this Scoundrel is definitely going to throw a wrench into some things if we find exactly what it wants to.
They're going to find the prime. It's going to be that, right?
And you find out what's in your opponent's deck, and then they will draw it. So Mutinous is what they will find, making their opponent try to find their own Mutinous.
So that now they know that Mutinous is in hand.
And now they're just going to empty out as many minions as possible. And now they're just begging EZBAKE to use it.
I mean, it's just a mental game now.
I guess, yeah, get the prime out right now so that doesn't get mutinized. That's the official term I'm calling it, mutinization.
Mutinized.
Yeah, you're going to be mutinized.
I think that's amazing. I think that's the most perfect word you could call it.
Let's see what else we got going down here. Renew. Renewing your opponent into a Holy Nova.
Zarella.
Very nice. They had to heal their opponent so that the healing actually happens, so Zarella would take out that minion.
Right.
Venomous Scorpid now. Stage Dive, Whirlwind, Cutting Class. And here comes Mutinous going to take...
Lucia.
Oh. I'm okay with that, if I'm BEQUIET. Like, I'm feeling okay about that thing, knowing that my Mutinous is still around.
Right.
Hysteria now going to hit.
And
everything clear off the board.
Clearing the board.
Boy, what a game we've had right here. Is this another Scoundrel?
It's got to be.
Because if BEQUIET plays out Mutinous, it hits nothing.
I wonder, I think they might just...
he's going to throw it out there. And,
it doesn't
you're gaining information.
Anything.
You know, it does something. The only thing it does is get you information that your opponent has no minions in hand unless they get a Scorpion.
Wow.
A few cards remain. And look at this. Like, now, Cthulhu is basically guaranteed to happen at this point.
There is Cthulhu.
And you don't want to Scoundrel into that thing because there's no way to, like, cheat your opponent's Cthulhu out.
And now Mutinous can't do anything about Cthulhu either.
Oh my goodness. Scoundrel comes down.
There's Cthulhu.
Finds a Cthulhu.
There's the Cthulhu.
So we heal ourselves up.
Play
a Holy Nova. All right, so from this spot, there is a brawl. You can play a Cthulhu, but you know it's going to be immediately answered.
Right. But honestly, that's the option. That is the option. They have a Cthulhu too.
Wow. So in total, there's 34 points of health. You're going to deal 30 right now, plus 2 with your weapon.
And BEQUIET holding on to life just barely.
And you have Sethic Veilweaver.
Apotheosis is a thing.
N'Zoth, is that going to do something? Is that going to have some lifesteal capabilities here? We got to think about what all the N'Zoth is going to bring back.
I don't think that BEQUIET can come back from this.
I know. You can't play the Cthulhu. You're going to die to the weapon hit.
Right.
Sethic Veilweaver into a Nightmare on the Cthulhu. See what we find with the Sethic.
Soul Mirror. But it's not going to protect.
Apotheosis?
Yeah, it's still
Lifesteal,
looking.
find a Flash Heal. Shadow Form. That's not going to do it. That's it.
Oh, EZBAKE clinched it at the last minute.
Wow. Unbelievable game right there. EZBAKE taking the 3-2 victory over BEQUIET. Unbelievable
Getting
game
all the
5.
way down to 6 health.
Just wow. I'm astounded by that. That's just really, really fantastic game right there. Just nuts.
I am blown away. I'm just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such-
Outstanding job.
Both of them, such good gameplay. Both competitors deserve to win. Oh my gosh, absolutely, just fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it right there. We saw EZBAKE navigate that last match very, very well. We saw BEQUIET over the course of the whole match basically utilize their cards in ways that used EZBAKE's own cards against them and got them to burn pieces right there. Each side had moments in this match where you really got to see the level of gameplay that we're getting in this tournament right now.
My heart is racing.
Yeah.
That was so intense.
Unbelievable stuff. I know that my heart is racing. I know your heart is racing. I'm a little bit jittery. I need to get up and take a walk after watching all of that crazy stuff. So make sure you bow down to your old god of choice when we come back with more matches into the top 16. Stay tuned.